Welcome back to the Café. Pour yourself a drink. This one's going to make you think about why we treat our digital lives like cheap takeout cups and then act surprised when they spill all over the place. Today's episode is about cybersecurity. Not the sexy hack movie kind, the everyday, I don't have time for that kind. The kind most of us ignore until something bad happens. Time to get down to earth and real with all of you. To those who are new or not aware, I have been in the industry for 13 years now. I cannot say with good conscience that I've seen it all, because in this field, I am always surprised. However, this particular topic is something that has been around for over 10 years and still continues to be a thought process today. This ignorance is bliss mindset has caused major headaches, tears, lost jobs, lost money, and lost hair for many of the people I have spoken to. To someone like myself, this concept is pretty understandable, but for the everyday person, it is still a concept that is still not grasped. So, let's talk about why. The strange habit of ignoring security, even though we know better. You think we know better? Though we all hear about data breaches, leaks, and identity theft, most of us act like it won't happen to us. I'm certain most of my patrons to my cafe understand this concept because you tune in and listen and gain knowledge. However, I'm very certain there are many people in and around your circle who still do not get this. Let me get into some stats. Cybersecurity studies show that, as of 2025, billions of passwords have been leaked and exposed online. Yet, 70 to 80% of people still reuse the same password across multiple accounts or rely on memory instead of secure password management. And about 75% of people globally don't follow widely accepted password best practices, weak passwords, reused passwords, or simple variations. So why do we do it? Convenience over caution. Strong, unique passwords or passphrases take effort. Many people feel overwhelmed by managing dozens of accounts. Optimism bias. It won't happen to me. When threats are abstract, it's easy to push them into the background, especially when nothing bad has happened yet. Fatigue and denial. We hear about hacks all the time. After a while, it feels like background noise, so we stop paying attention. It's like refusing to lock your front door because you've never been robbed. Doesn't mean the risk isn't real. If you don't believe me, just go ask your local police department on those cases of individuals who have been robbed and how it changes their mindset over their security. Want to consider your privacy? Here's an analogy I use constantly to get this point across. So this is the bathroom stall analogy. Why privacy matters, even when we think we are safe. Let's do some mental picturing. You walk into a public bathroom. Doors on stalls, partitions, etc. Privacy is guaranteed, right? Nothing wrong here. Now imagine a company or someone says, "Hey, I bet you really don't need those doors. You're just peeing and doing your business, right? What's the point of having these doors and partitions in place?" Ridiculous, right? That's how people often treat digital privacy. They think, I'm just browsing, banking, chatting. Who cares if someone watches? Yet we built bathroom stalls to protect our dignity and privacy, even when logic says everyone pees and everyone does number two. Privacy is not about what we do. It's about who we are and who we trust. Because as soon as you remove privacy, Whether in a bathroom, a home, or online, you change the nature of the entire space. Let that sink in for a second. Online. That means metadata, browsing history, personal messages, financial information, all exposed. And when you treat your data like it's public, because you think, I have nothing to hide, it becomes easy for real harm to happen. Now, I apologize for the visual, but if that made you think for a second, my job here is successful. The hidden cost. What happens when you ignore cybersecurity? Now, ignoring strong cybersecurity practices won't just leave your email vulnerable, it can domino into deeper risks. So, credential reuse means one breach can unlock multiple accounts. With over 16 billion login credentials exposed globally in 2025 alone, a single weak password could leave you wide open. Hacks, identity theft, financial loss, privacy invasion. Once attackers get a foothold, they can pivot anywhere. This all gets leaked down all the way into the dark web. Now, for businesses, weak user habits or ignored security policies are a major vulnerability. In one recent study, 65% of employees admitted skipping or bypassing cybersecurity measures when they felt pressured to deliver work quickly. We live in a world where your weakest link is often human behavior. Technology gets better, humans not always. This is where I am highlighting on today's episode, the human element in cybersecurity. That technology is only going to get better, but our frame of mind will not. Look, my patrons, cybersecurity does not scale on autopilot. It depends on people. You, me, everyone. We need to internalize the care and make movements while we still can. Let me dish out some simple cold brew level steps. 1. Use unique, long passwords or pass phrases. Ideally managed with a password manager or a passkey system. A password you used is a password compromised. Remember that. 2. Enable multi-factor authentication, 2FA, MFA, wherever possible. A second layer makes a big difference. You want to remember, the more difficult you make it for someone to break into your account, the less likely they'll bother with your account at all. Number 3, treat privacy like those stall doors. Don't agree without actually reading the privacy policies. Understand what you're giving up. Studies have shown 56% of Americans admit to just clicking agree without reading privacy policies. And number 4, don't procrastinate security. Unlike updates or messages, attackers don't wait for convenience. Because remember, at the end of the day, cybersecurity and privacy is not a luxury. It is digital dignity. So next time you log in, browse, shop, chat, remember, it's not just data moving through a wire. It's your identity, your habits, your privacy, your digital self. And while it's easy to shrug and think, I've got nothing hackers want, that is exactly the mindset hackers depend on. Comfort creates openings. Awareness closes them. Because in cybersecurity, just like in life, knowledge is power. The more you understand, the harder you are to exploit. The more you pay attention, the less likely someone else will take advantage of your blind spots. Thank you so much for coming into the cafe today, for the brew, for the conversation, and the curiosity. If this episode gave you something to think about, share it with someone who still believes it won't ever happen to me, or I got nothing to hide. And make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next cup we pour. Until then, stay sharp, stay private, and always remember, knowledge is power.